All right, we're back yet again, and this time we're gonna be taking a look at Hideous Mill, is what I'm calling it. If you take a look, it's ever so slightly different than our last mill list, which was mainly land go because of the 8 counter magic package. What we've done is we've shaved all of our mesmeric orbs, and we took out the crypt incursion, put it into the sideboard. What we've done instead is we've placed out some Tasha's Hideous Laughters, the new card from Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, which exiles cards until they exile mana value 20 or more. The beauty of Tasha's Hideous Laughter is it exiles. So if they're running mill hate, such as Emrakul or Gaia's Blessing or Kozilek or any of the shuffle effects, we don't really care. We have ways, our main board exiles it. The one downside is Tasha's Hideous Laughter is exile, so that's kind of a non-bow with the visions here. We'll see how much that plays. And other than that, it's your standard mill list of 4 Hedron Crab, 4 Ruin Crab, so you're going to try to just mill them out incrementally with that and your land drops. And you've got your Fractured Sanities and your Archive Traps to finish the game. And then you have Drown in the Locks and Counter Spells to counter magic. And you've got Pushes, Bloodchief's Thirst, and Drowns for removal. And some Surgical Extractions because you never know what you want to be able to just remove from their deck. In the sideboard, what we've got going on is we've got 2 Hurkyl's Recalls in case we run into affinity lists or food lists, because being able to just return all artifacts is never a bad thing. A 1 of Echoing Truth and a 1 of Set Adrift. The reason we're doing an Echoing Truth and a Set Adrift over 2 Set Adrift is because most of the time they're not going to be placing Chalice on 2. So Echoing Truth will still allow us to bounce that. And then Set Adrift because they're never placing Chalice on 6. But we're not running 2 Set Adrift because now that we are no longer running the Mesmeric Orb, it's a lot harder for us to get to this Delve of 5. We've got a 1 of Extirpate because the split second. We're trying this out. It used to be a card and mill. We'll see if it's any good right now. And we've got 2 more pushes in case we need more removal. 2 Crypt Incursion just for those creature-based decks. That way we can exile and gain some life. Damnation and Engineered Explosives are our board wipes, because we can go E on 0, 1, or 2, which is a good amount of the format right now. And then Damnation because destroy all creatures and they can't be regenerated. And then 3 Lanterns, so that way we can exile each yard. And we're not going to be doing too much targeting. And that just helps with not having to target. That being said, let's see how ridiculous Tasha's Hideous Laughter is in mill. Will we hit for 36 or above? Or will we hit for not so much? I'd love to play first. Let's reveal this, Loris, and let's go to town milling some people. Yeah, we'll keep this. Especially against another Luris deck. So we're gonna pass, try to hold Crab. Hope that they are removal and not hand disruption based. Well, the Bloodstained Mire doesn't say anything about what they are. Although that line at least means that we're safe. This happens blue, Ruin Crab, Prismatic Vista. Opponent mills 3. It was a push and a bolt. And Bloodstained Mire. Looks pretty good. And we wait. Because when they crack, they now have mana, so we get to do Prismatic Vista. We'll grab ourselves an island. And mill them 3 more. All right. Black red shadow. This laughter is going to be a nice one. Shocks it in and bolts our crab. That's fine. There's a Scalding Tarn. And they fetch. Sure. Down to 14 they go. So this could be counter magic, which I really dislike. So we're going to just go Polluted Delta Pass. I doubt that they're running it since it's Grixis. But you never know. They could have a big enough shadow. Inquisitions. No. Step, we will fetch for a basic island. They're going to go ahead and fetch as well. That's fine by me. Blood Crypt, Shocked in. Sure. Basic island from us. Because best case is they have stub for 1. Let's laugh them out of existence. They're currently at 40. Drown in the Lock. Yeah, because we fetched and we countered. All right, opponent, you got me there. We don't get to laugh you out of existence. Bobble, and now they're going to try to play Shadow. They could possibly play 2 Shadows. We push one of them. Expressive Iteration. Sure. Thoughtseize has entered the exile zone. Well, they get to Thoughtseize, and my guess is they probably take Fractured Sanity. Maybe they take the push. But yeah, they just do that. Watery Grave, Shocked in. Down to 7 they go. This, they draw 1. We draw an Archive Trap. Sounds pretty good to me. Do that. Shock it in. Represent that we have counter magic up. Thoughtseize. You're taking the Lurch, you're taking the Archive Trap, you're taking the Push. All of these are not great cards for you to have to deal with. Push is probably the least scary. Huh. Yeah. And the Inquisition, so they don't have to take as much. Inquisition. We'll see if they want to take Push. They do not. See, I don't really want to push your Snapcaster. Crab. When they're at 5, I'm not afraid of a snap. I'm afraid of the death shadows, since they've got plenty in hand. Yeah, we'll take 2. It's 2 damage. Target player discards a card and then 2 damage to the crab. Go ahead and push the snap, since you're making us discard it anyway. And here comes the death shadow. Surprise, surprise. Well, there's another crab. So we're dead even if we block the TBR. So... no, that's not express, or that's not TBR. Well-timed drown in the lock and then just well-timed discard. Exiles, polluted delta. Fetches with polluted delta. Shocks. Bolts crab. I mean, it's 11. We're dead if they have the TBR. We were dead if they had the TBR before. Down to 3 we go. We need like exactly Tasha's Hideous Laughter and for them to not have an answer. That won't do it. All right. So facing Grixis Shadow, EE seems good. Damnation seems good. Pushes seem good. Surgicals, there's nothing we really want to surgical. I don't want to leave them out or completely cut them, however. So we'll shave on 1. Visions, probably a bit slow. Cut visions. And then cut sanity. Cut a sanity, cut a counter spell. Do it like so. So we know Dragon's Rage, Channeler, Death Shadow, Snapcaster. That's 12. That's all that we really saw. That's not worth the Crypt Incursion. Ugh. Play. Bye. All right. Thistlers. Heal. And it's got a Laughter, got a Surgical, got a Bloodchief's Thirst, and a Field of Ruin. We'll keep it. Put a Water Grave in play tapped and pass the turn. Polluted Delta, fetch. Yeah. Shocks in. Then plays out a Dragon Rage. Yeah. That's fine. You're not gonna get to surveil with that card. Go ahead and just blood juice thirst away. Pass turn. There's no reason right now to try to get rid of the channeler. Not that afraid of that card. Just didn't want them to have a lot of surveil next turn. Watergrave, Shocked Sin. What are we doing? Okay. Thought Seize. Take your pick. You taking the laughter or the sanity? Whichever one you don't take, I'm resolving next turn. They take the laughter. Watery Grave tapped. Do that. Blue, blue, blue. Each opponent mills 14. Anything interesting? Ooh, a Ragavan. So we will stop on their draw. Actually, no, they run counter spells. Let's get rid of the shadows while we can. So their hand is... Okay. Hand is Skyclave, Bolt, Counterspell. Get rid of those. Do they have any mill effects or return effects? No, but we still go ahead and get rid of it. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of it. Okay. Nothing scary there. Next turn we'll have Field plus Archive Trap. Yeah, I know we're going to turn on the Channeler with our mill. Nice. They play out a Scalding Tarn for us. How lovely. And they fetch down to 11. Goes all the way down to 9. Don't know if I agree with going down to 9. We know that they've got Counterspell. So on the Scourge, now that they can't cast Counterspell, we Archive Trap them. Down to 17 they go. We've got a 6/6 and a 3/3. EE. I mean, we just blue black EE on 2 past turn, right? Paying costs, they bolt us. Sure, you get to surveil. And they liked the card on top. That's fine. Blood Crypt. Shocked in. So... I mean, I have to pop. Then we take 3. Down to 8. And now they show us second Scourge. Expressive Iteration. They did not like seeing a second expressive iteration. They're holding up counter magic, which is the one card that we know that is in their hand. Scalding Tarn, and now they pass. They've got one card in hand plus counterspell. And does the crab resolve? Assuming the crab does not resolve, and then we'll just put Luris into hand. Yep. Crab goes bye-bye. Luris goes to our hand. And we pass the turn. Hoping to dodge double bolt here. Down to 5 we go. Black, black. 1. Luris. Darn, they had counterspell. They did not have counterspell, but they have snap counterspell. Well, we lose to that too. So apparently my internet's just saying F off, and I apologize for that. Alright, they counterspell. And we go and cry in a corner as they have lethal on board. We weren't able to get there because they had a good amount of interaction. Sadness, making sure that they just turn them sideways. Cool, they do turn them both sideways, and we will die. 0-1 to start off with a mill. Facing Grixis Shadow. Alright, we won the die roll. We will gladly take the play. Reveal this Luris. Throw him off the scent of mill. We'll need to probably instantly put him back on it. Another Luris. This one we can keep. Bottom of field. This is like the weirdest start. Snow-covered plains. Hammer time. Here we go. Ornithopter. Meaning that they do not do a lot of searching. This archive trap is going to be terrible until our field turns online. Second vision. It's not good for us. Silent clearing. Okay. Double white stone forge. Yep. Goes and gets a Colossus hammer. And then what? Sigarda's aid here? Drummond aid. That's fine too. Okay. And they get in for 1. So no way to insta-equip hammer. Let's go ahead and cycle here. Try to hit our land drop. Got rid of aid. Aid and a paladin. Okay. So this is like arguably the worst Field of Ruin I've ever done. But it gets done what we need to here. We get a blue and then we'll have Archive Trap online. Archive Trap mill for 13. Yeah. We could pay. We'll pay for one. And we can't pay for the other. Opponent mills 13. They're down to 18 cards in their graveyard. None of these visions are online. Pierce Steel Paladin into Hammer. Meaning they do get to smack us for quite a bit. Do they have second Hammer? Yeah, you get to hit us for 11. Yep, can't block it. We need Laughter off the top, and then Laughter to hit for 29. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a pretty good chance Laughter could hit for 29. 4, 5, 6. 6 of their 8 2-drops. It's out, but that's not a Laughter. This we have to just cycle here so that way these visions come online. Push is a nice one, but we can't use it. Yeah, your sentinels, we're not paying 11 generic. Another push. If we had one more turn. All right. So face and hammer time here. EE, definitely a card we want. Damnation, not a bad one. Crypt Incursion, also not terrible. We're gonna not board in the Crypt Incursion. Fatal Push seems strong. Surgical's a great card in this matchup. Traps are not great. Just because they do... Well, they search off of Stoneforge Mystic. We'll keep in 2 and shave 2 counterspell. We just want as much removal as possible. EE is just a nice way to hit 0s and 1s and what have you. So it's got pushes. It's got a surgical. It's got trap if they go searching. It's close. We'll try it. It's probably a mistake, but hey. Or science, right? They draw, and then they do Canopy into aid. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just cycle this Visions of Beyond here. Feels wrong to do, but at the same time, we just need something. There we go. Here's hoping that they do Stoneforge. Sanctifier and Vec. Pro black, pro red. ETB, exile all black and red cards. Sure. It's something that we can't push, but we don't care about any other aspects of that card. Fetch for Water Grave, Shotgun, Water Grave, this. Cycle the Sanity. They mill for, hey, Sigarda's Aid, Ornithopter, and that. Cool. This. And we draw Dark Slick Shores. So I like extraction on aid, but it only removes, only is a mill 2. We just laugh. So from 47 to 23. 3 mana, mill 24. Hit a good amount of cards there. 3 Pure Steel Paladins, 2 Stoneforge Mystics, 2 Hammers. Here's hoping that they try to search. Pure Steel Paladin. That's not a search effect. There's a Saga. Sure. Hammer. Yeah, and then they smack us for 12. Ornithopter, sure. Here's, well, they can't move the hammer over yet. So, Field of Ruin off the top. Field of Ruin. Field of Ruin. It's not a Field of Ruin. Damn. Island, push the Pure Steel. Maybe they go searching before combat. Maybe it doesn't matter because they still just win. Esper Sentinel, that's fine. Pro Black saving the day. 0-2. Like I said, those archive traps are basically dead cards. Fractured Sanity would have not done it. Cool. Woo! This is Mill off to a great start. Facing 2 Luris decks and not beating the Luris decks, which is the main point of the Tasha's Hideous Laughter card. Anyway. Nope. It's keepable. Bottom is surgical. 1 land, and this is why you never keep 1 landers. So let's show the world. Because we have the counterspell, we want to get the crab down. Alright, there's a Windswept Heath. Getting a Hollowed Fountain shocked in. Because they have a path. I'd love to use Path's ability. We'll get ourselves an island. And so, looks like Bant colors. Cast Fractured Sanity. Shardless. So it's Bant Stoneblade. I don't like Shardless Agent. So let's get rid of the Shardless Agent. Their hand was indeed a Shardless Agent, and they concede. Cool. So they concede a bit late there. We get to see what their game plan was. So yeah, it's just a Bant Stoneblade package. Caldera complete would have been not so great for us to hit. Everything else is a bunch of 1 and 2 drops. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 34, 41. Okay, so we do need to mill them a bit for Hideous to be online. Push is meh in this matchup. It hits their codals and their hierarchs. I don't really know what we want though. So I'll bring in 1 Set Adrift and 1 Soul Guide Lantern. Because they were Stone Blade, they didn't have any counter magic. So probably boarding out the pushes there is incorrect. Sure, we can keep this. They mulligan to 5, meaning that they're searching for Leyline of Sanctity. Or they just had an unkeepable 7 and an unkeepable 6. That's possible too. Hedron Crab, pass turn. Pass the crab, sure. His land. Windswept Heath. Cribbity Crab. Field of Ruin. Look at that, a Shardless Agent. Any shuffle effects that we need to worry about? Triple Endurance. Okay. Triple Endurance is what we've got to deal with. That's unfortunate. But we can get past that. They go fetching. Sure. Let's go ahead and mill them. There's 1 down. And then they have the path. Sure. Get ourselves a black source. Have that. Sure. 1 card in hand, 34 cards in deck. Let's go ahead and get rid of Endurance. And they concede. There we go. Cool. We do it that way because they played out the Flooded Strand and we knew about the Misty technically. Anyway. Beating out Bant Stoneblade there. Real quick. That's what Mill's supposed to do. Facing Captain Slam. So it's interesting. Like, this drown doesn't do much. Think we can get a better 6. There we go. Keep bottom the watery grave. I'll let him go. I mean, at least it can't hit the archive trap. They take the surgical extraction. We'll play out a polluted delta and pass the turn. They know that they can't really fetch. Thoughtseize. Well, go ahead and take the archive trap. Okay. Overgrown Tomb into play tapped, so we're facing Jund. We're going to go ahead and cycle this Visions. Okay. Not terrible there. Now we have this. Nothing I really want to surgical from their yard. So we'll just let this happen. Because this will happen. Now they're going to try to resolve a Liliana of the Veil, at which point we're going to say no. Or not. Okay. I want to hold up Counterspell, and there's no point to play out a crab into Jund. And 4 mana here, they fetch, meaning probably Bloodbraid? Nope, because they fetched into play tapped. Opponent really doesn't want to play anything. Okay. Crab. Vista. Ooh, we hit a Bloodbraid and a Lily. We hit Lily Last Hope. I'm okay with hitting Bloodbraid here. Bloodbraid's a big card. I'm going to try to bolt the crab. I would like to fetch. Cool. We'll get ourselves an island. Okay. Bolt resolves. And their hand is K command, the Lily of the Veil, which we couldn't have hit anyway. And then they just have a bunch of Boomer Jun shit. Okay. Yep. Just Goyfs and Renin 6s. A Singleton Crux is a bit annoying. That's fine. So their hand is K command, Liliana of the Veil, and Unknown. Just laugh them out of existence, right? Okay, exiling season power. I'm like, what on earth are they doing? So from 37 down to 17. Okay. We'll take it. Mill for 20 for 3 mana. What do we hit? We hit Goif, Goif, Goif. I get target player discards a card and 2 damage to us. Sure, we'll discard a fatal push. And now you're gonna go Liliana. Liliana of the Veil uptick. Each player discards. Discard a counterspell. 16 cards left in their deck. I didn't quite math out how many pips that they had when we were surgicaling. Let's see if this is enough. It was not. They have 4 left in the deck. Interestingly enough. So the problem is they have us on a very long clock here. Unless they have a way to shorten their clock, which Grist can do. Grist uptick. Wait, Grist mills? Then mill a card. They can't use Grist. They can use Grist one more time. Well, here's a crab. So if we draw a land, they lose. Yeah, they can't even ult Grist here. Target player sacks a creature? Sure, we'll sack our crab. They're gonna draw a card? Sure. Also, Grist, 0 creature cards. Alright. So, note that it wasn't that great. It only hit for like 13. Croaks is a card to be a bit worried about. And other than that, they just have a bunch of big cards. So Hideous Laughter is not exactly where we want to be. But it's not like we can really do much against them. Soul Guide Lantern, because I'm expecting this Jund player to bring in Endurance. Maybe Set Adrift. They might bring in Chalice. No, they've got a lot of Chalices, or they've got a lot of 1-drops that they care for. We're going to Shave on a Laughter. And a Counterspell. Yeah, that looks right. We could bring in the Nii. No. We're going to try it like so and see what we can do. Internet, stop. You should be able to handle this. So, like, this hand is so aggressive against any graveyard shenanigans. Internet, I know it did. We can keep this bottom drown because we're not milling them early. Let me have graveyard. Yep. Put that card on bottom for a reason, deck. We'll shock it in and pass. Hit him with the threat of a push. Evergreen Tomb. Renin 6. That's a card. I would like to cycle. A crab. Returns nothing. Sounds good to me. Crab. Oh, burrow. Always yield to the crab. Inquisition, Black Cleave Cliffs. Sure. Swamp. Don't push my crab. Fine. Be that way. Black, dark confidant. You hitting me with a bob? Gonna bob us. Collective brutality. Yeah. I mean, it's 2 counter spells, 2 mill spells. Doesn't matter what you do. Well, there is technically an order to it. Okay, they take the archive trap. Sure. Field of Ruin. Pass the turn. We can counter anything that they try to do, and if they don't try to do anything, we have a Field of Ruin. Black Clave Claves. Puts it into play tapped. Alright, let's see what they do. Instep, huh? Show me that basic forest. Cool. It effectively just ramps them. It's a bit saddening. But now we have double counterspell. Double counterspell into mill plus visions to refuel. 3 mana, target player discards a card, 2 damage to any target. Counter target spell. Like, I don't want to discard. Sure. Evergreen Tomb puts it into play tapped. That's fine by us. So, not a fan of doing anything. I don't like that this Renin 6 is about to ultimate. Tasha. Coco. Boil, destroy all islands. This is just a legendary land. Okay. And they got us there. 14 cards were exiled, and then we hit a push. So Boil is their hate. Well, we got rid of, like, all of their threats. But we're not doing much. Emblem, and now they play out new Renin 6, probably. Inquisition. Sure. Taking push, you taking drown. It takes the card that I can't. Grist and upticks. Mills a Liliana. All right. Boil, huh? I mean, that just means that we want our counter magic. Inquisitions yet again? Sure. Taking the drown? Surgical extraction. What card do they have the most of still in their deck? Liliana. Anything in their deck that we're afraid of? Millwise. Nope. The quad Bloodbraid Elf is a bit concerning, though. Damage-wise. Seasoned Pyromancer. Sure. Pitches Thoughtseize. Because I only had one card. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, take my push. We take one. And down to 13 we go. Grist and milled over an Inquisition. We draw another Surgical. So Renin 6 is another big one. We'll hit that on their draw step. This Ren. Pay 2 to mill 3. Okay. Oh, Renin 6 is only a 2 of. Well, then they have a Bloodbraid. Well, we have a problem. Bloodbraid hits legitimately only gas. Except for the 1 of Inquisition. Bloodbraid cascades into a bolt. Bolts are face down to 8 and 3, 5. That's 8 damage. Cool. We lose. All right. Boil. Game doesn't want us to see what we were going to draw. Okay. So they didn't really have any threats that the Soul Guide Lantern really matters for. I feel like we just have a strong enough main board. Would love to play first. Reveal Valoris. So fractured sanity into, or cycle the fractured sanity, then be able to counter anything. It's close. Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Water Grave tapped. Hand disruption's not going to be great, but Inquisition, sure, they can take any card. They take the laughter. Okay. Awkward. So, like, we crab, they Ren, but then we have a crab. Hey. Pretty strong cards to hit off a crab. A Goyf. Yeah. Is Goyf boy. Island. I like instant speed stuff. So we're just going to chill. Drown if they try to do like a Lily. If they don't. 4 or 5. Go ahead and get rid of it. In combat, second main. Now they go land Lily. Down tick. Yep. Ideally, we hit land here, so we can go Blood Chiefs. Well, I guess if they're Lilying, we probably just discard the Blood Chiefs. Oh, but they're going down. Oh, they're not. Okay. then yeah, we definitely just get rid of Blood Chief's Thirst. Fractured Sanity, mill for what? Or mill for 14? Anything that shuffles? Nope. Cool. That into Bloodbraid. Boil. Okay. Then down tick. They just happen to have the boil again. Was a one of. I guess they just kept it in their opener. Each player discards a card. We'll discard Fractured Sanity. We're not casting that card anytime soon. They discarded a Lily. Watery Grave, huh? So the problem is we're only going to ever cast that card anyway if they fetch. So we at least present the issue. Yeah, make your tokens. Fetch, I dare you. Roxa. There's an order to this if you're going to Croxa, opponent. Be smart about it. That is still incorrect. Okay. Well, because it's not a Croxa, it's just a brutality. They do that. And then they uptick. Yeah. We have to pitch that card. And looks like we're going to be boiled out by Boomer Jund. We've still got a chance. No point to hold the crab because if we hold, they just lily uptick. Renin 6, sure. Probably goes up on Pleatland. Oh, on the Ravine. That works too, yeah. And goes down, makes us sack our crab. Yep. Alright. We take 2 down to 14. Woo! Uncastable card. Sure, opponent. Here, drown was used to kill a Goyf. And we could have... We should have just Blood Chiefs the Goyf. Gone shields down for a turn. They go Lily. We discard. We're probably still not in a much better boat. But we at least have the counter magic for when they tried to boil. Pretty sure we're dead here, right? They just animate the ravine. They down tick with Ren to ping us. And we take 7. We're from combat. No. I refuse to die to your Ren in 6. All right. 1 and 3. Mainly because I wasn't playing around a bunch of stuff that I probably should have been in that matchup. There was definitely a better line to have taken. And I don't know how that would have ended. But we should have just Blood Chiefs the Goyf. Gone shields down for a turn because that was turn 3. So they wouldn't have been able to boil anyway, I think. But live and learn, right? Another Luris deck. Wow. Drop and drop. And Polluted Delta fetches. Watery Grave, Shockden, Crab. Okay. Islands they go. The second crab. Well, they had the better hand. We mill 3, we mill 3. Okay. So the interesting part about this is our visions here can be turned on by them milling us. Crap. Delta. Mill them. Save target. Yield. Asian crab, crypt incursion, blah 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 blah. Okay. So they fetch. Problem is their fetches are better than our fetches. Okay. I'm gonna push our crab, huh? I don't like surgicaling anything of theirs. Gonna archive trap me. I now like surgicaling their archive trap. So their hand is fractured sanity. They need lands. But they're playing a pretty similar list. Surprising no one, by the way. Mill playing a list that looks like Mill. Opponent missed the land drop. He was hoping that they didn't pick up Drown or Counter Magic. Well, Hideous laughter. Don't have it. Your hand's fractured. Mill for 15. All right. Would you look at that? We're now basically playing the same game. They cycle their fractured sanity. In response, we're going to go ahead and surgical that card. Their hand is a push. So now their only mill cards are Crabs and Hideous Laughter. Fine by me. All right. Oh no, it has to be Obero too. That's not good for us. Visions? Hmm. Okay, well, they played their land for the turn. Now we go down to 6. Archive Trap, huh? Okay. That will not do it. Go ahead and mill him for 14. And just make it close. Cool. And we lose to the land drops because we didn't draw any of our removal. It was all milled. Yep, I know. You're going to... Also, incorrect. You bounce Obero with Obero. Only I had a way to mill at instant speed. Yep. And ta-da! We lose. All right. Mill. EE comes in. Pushes are pretty... we can bring in pushes. Crypt Incursion definitely stays out. Blood Chief's out. Surgicals. I feel like surgicals might be key in this matchup. Laughter's not great. Shave a laughter, shave a counter spell. Keep crab heavy hand. Opponent did not reveal Luris. Interesting. Hand's not super crab heavy, but it's keepable. God, this sucks. Bottom of the surgical. That means that they have Ashiok in the board or something. I don't think you bring Ashiok in here, though. Dark Slick, push. Of course. Martyr Grave, shock it in, pass the turn. Worst case, we cycle visions. Best case, we drown a crab. An aggressive drown in that lock, I know. Double visions. What are we trying to do? Surgical drown in the lock? Okay. Water Grave. Shocked in. Ashiok. Yeah. Gonna mill me for an exile. Wow. Okay. Visions. Visions. Neat. Surgical. Hideous laughter. Mill for 16. Hit 2 traps. An Ashiok. Okay. On draw step, we go ahead and surgical their crab. Cool. Interesting. They boarded out Hedron crabs. Huh. Don't agree with that. Or, well, they probably didn't. We probably hit them here, didn't we? Yeah, we hit the other two there. Delta? Yeah, do it. Crack the Delta. It's the laughter? Sure. Yep. Gets rid of all 4 laughters. Or the 3 that are remaining. It's a good thing we boarded one out. Mm-hmm. We mill 4. Field of Ruin, huh? Lures to hand. Hmm. Hmm. We mill 4. Neat. It was a crab, a vista, fractured sandy, and a counterspell. Go ahead and drop the engineered on 1. Pass the turn. From 31 to 32. Yeah, Shiaka down to 1. Milled over Prismatic Visions, Archive Trap, and a Delta. We're starting to run low on mill spells here. And play out the Luris. Is that where we have ourselves a 3-2? Paying costs. Cycles of Visions? Sure. Each opponent mills 14. Yeah. Down to 12 we go. Ouch. And they get rid of? Okay, well, we're not in a good spot. We've got 8 cards remaining to their 29. We need another Archive Trap. That ain't it. Luris might get there in 6 turns if they can't draw anything. Visions? Sure. Obero. See, our problem is if we're milled a single card, we lose. Bro. They really like that they can keep drawing lands. Fractured Sanity. This is a mill for 28. Cool. Turn this one sideways. Damage happens, down to 9 they go. Cancel. We can't do it on the Obero. Hit Watery Grave. Okay, our deck is fetch lands and bushes and the crab. Cool. All right. So Mill Mirror, we know that they brought in Ashiok. I don't agree with that. The mirror's definitely an interesting one to have to try to navigate. Lurus. So we've got 2 crabs and a push. And a surgical. Like, this looks like a great 7. We're a bit short on color, but that's fine. Watery Grave. Tapped. Fine by me. Watery Grave. Untapped. Crab. All right. They have the push for our crab. Sadness. They have the push for our crab. In a field. Okay. Surgicaling Archedron crab. Oh. So they've got Archive Trap, Drown, Fractured. They have no more pushes. Any special tech? Nope. Okay. And they've got Hedron crab and 1. No, they've got all of their crabs. That's fine. We lose out on some of our crabs, but that's fine. So the awkward part is we now lose out on that 3 mil there because we chose to pay not with life. And they concede. They didn't want to have to play the mirror mill. Okay. I mean, they had Drown in the lock. Like, you're gonna be able to eventually drown my crab. You weren't out of that in the slightest. Anyway. I mean, we went 2-3 with Mill, beating Mill, and I honestly don't remember. We lost to 2 Lurus decks, and then want to say Control? That sounds right. So it's still Mill. It still does what it needs to do. And we just occasionally can't get there and quite enough. But it's still a fun list to play. And definitely always a great time, in my opinion. But up to you if you want to pick it up. See y'all in the next video. Have a good one.